Hugo Ekitike adding to the misery that has been Liverpool's season under Arne Slot this term. It has been a disaster. Crashing out 4-0 in the Champions League. Spirited performance from Liverpool, but the bad news coming from it is the layoff looking ahead on Hugo Ekitike and that injury from last night. Up to a year out for Hugo Ekitike. Worst case scenario, he's going to be back in 2027. This is an absolute disaster for Arne Slot and Liverpool. Will Arne Slot even be in a job by the time Hugo Ekitike comes back from this injury? That's probably the best question that you could ask after this scenario, because Arne Slot is talking about making transfers and investing in the squad, getting rid of some good players to bring in some better players. I thought that's what happened when you won the league and spent $500 million in bringing in more players on top. But no, excuse after excuse after excuse. You can talk about injuries all you want. The Hugo Ekitike situation isn't going to help Liverpool at all. I have to say, Hugo Ekitike has probably been looking in from the outside, and Liverpool fans tell me if this is true or not, but looking in from the outside, when I've watched Liverpool and listened to what people have said, the performances, the stats, and what Ekitike has done this season, he has been one of the better signings for Liverpool. Obviously, Alexander Isak injury and everything that happened to him wasn't planned. Don't get me wrong, he wasn't playing great before the injury, but that didn't help a lot, and you have to bring that into the equation with this here. But Florian Wirtz took so long to actually start playing okay, and that's all he's doing. He's playing okay. That's still not enough for the price tag as well. I think the other players have struggled to settle into the side. Frimpong and Kirkes either side at fullback, and nothing on Trent and Robertson. Obviously, that is another big hit. Obviously, you've had the debacles with Mo Salah, the drop-off in form of Virgil van Dijk, who has been absolutely shocking this season for Liverpool. And then the injury to Ekitike on top, the one bright spark. You're probably just giving up right now as a Liverpool fan. Yes, they're chasing down the top four, and there is something to play for in the last 6 games of the season. But when it goes wrong in football. And for Arne Slot this season, Hugo Ekitike now out for the rest of this season and near enough all of next season. When you break it down, I don't think he's ever going to see or manage Hugo Ekitike again, because I don't see how Arne Slot survives. I mean, I honestly, as a United fan, I'm laughing right now. Not at Ekitike. I actually feel sorry for any player that gets the injuries like that are out for so long. You never want to see any player go down injured. Even as an opposition fan, you want to beat your opponents and your rivals with their best teams. It makes it all the sweeter, which is why I love the fact that United beat Liverpool with all of their signings available to them, including Alexander Isak in that game. So heading into the game with United actually coming up, I'm not bothered about Isak being in the side. I'd rather play a full-strength Liverpool side. I think that's where complacency sometimes comes in. Yes, in the moments, then players do step up and make the difference, and you've always got an advantage if that player's not there. But I think you always switch on more when them players are available. The problem with Arne Slot is that he's never been able to get them to that level and make them play consistently enough to what they have got. And that's why they spent so much money on them. But it won't happen with that manager in place. And all the talk about him staying, honestly, I laugh at it from the outside like every other rival fan does. I just think it's a shame that they have lost one of their best players. And look, I'm a United fan, and I'm not going to laugh at a player being injured, even though it will help us out, and Liverpool not having their best striker available for the game at Old Trafford coming up, which is massive for Champions League qualification, like I said. I think it's a shame that it's one of the better players who has actually been pushed aside by the signing of Alexander Isak is now going to be punished, unfortunately, with this injury and be out for so long. I actually do feel sorry for Hugo Ekitike in this instance. And that's strange me saying that, obviously, as a United fan. But again, this is Liverpool and probably what they deserve and what Arne Slot deserves for the mistreatment, I think, of some of the players within that squad. I just don't think he's a good manager. And what he did with that Jurgen Klopp side, it's actually outweighs, in a way, what Leicester did in that miraculous season. Now, that may seem like a bit of a shout, but when you put everything together and you look at how good a manager Arne Slot really is, which isn't very good, then you have to say last season he performed a miracle. And that was a one-off, because there's no way, from watching that Liverpool team play, that he is good enough for this club, for Liverpool Football Club. Not in a million years. And I think Ekitike being injured, like I said, unfortunate for him, and that is going to be a real concern. I don't think Chelsea are going to be able to come back. I really don't. I think they are the ones that are going to fall away out of this top 5 race. But it's not going to help Liverpool not having Ekitike, because the other players in that front line have been so poor. I mean, Rio Ugamoa is probably Liverpool's best attacker that's available to them now. And I challenge Liverpool fans to come forward now and say that there is a better player right now in Liverpool's attack than Ugamoa. There isn't. He is direct. He brings something different. He causes defenders nightmares. I'm looking at Gakpo now and going, what does that guy do? Mo Salah, let's not even go there, shall we? Obviously, Isak is just coming back and needs a bit of time. And now Ekitike is out. Ugamoa is probably Liverpool's best player. Another academy player, believe it or not, coming through the ranks, who is doing more than all of these multi-million-pound signings at Liverpool right now. Credit to the lad, to be fair to him. I think he's coming in a, let's just say, an avalanche of, and again, I'm just struggling for the words to describe how the season has gone for Liverpool, but it's been like an avalanche, tornado, an earthquake of negativity and poor performances put together, mixed together, and I'm surprised that any player has been able to perform in the mix of all of that going on right now. So credit to him coming in. In a way, it might be a blessing for Liverpool. I'm trying to find a positive for you here, by the way. In Ugamoa getting more game time, that might happen. But then again, you've got Arne Slot, and whether he plays him or not, I think that's what Liverpool fans are worrying about right now. I can feel the fear within the Liverpool fan base right now, with Ekitike being out and Arne Slot on what he's going to do next. That's just how it comes across. I mean, you get into the comment section and tell me that I'm wrong, Liverpool fans, but from the Liverpool fans that I know, and I know quite a few, what I've listened to, what everyone's been saying, I think you're all worried now about who he plays and how he plays it with no Ekitike, because you don't trust this manager to make the right call and play the right players. Liverpool give it a goal last night against PSG. They held their own, but in the end, class is permanent. And Dembele, Ballon d'Or, showed his worth yet again. I just feel like it was written, and there was no way that Liverpool were coming back from that. You could say that going back to Anfield with a 2-0 lead, there's still a chance. Yes, there's always a chance, isn't there? But this isn't the same Liverpool. And it's not the Liverpool from last season, because Arne Slot has started to really show his true colours. And it's just a shame that someone like Ekitike, who has actually been decent for Liverpool this season, in my opinion, is going to take this big hit right now. No player should be injured. And I think the big thing from it is how Liverpool go forward under Arne Slot for me without their best forward. Because that's what Ekitike was. Now you're looking at who he plays in his place. Some would say it's Isak now that comes straight back into it. But I'm not convinced. I'm not convinced by Isak at all. And him coming back off a big injury like that, it's going to take a bit of time. It is. Hopefully it doesn't come up at Old Trafford and do us anyway. But look, that's my opinion on that situation with Ekitike at the moment. I think it's a major blow for Liverpool and will definitely hamper their chances of finishing in the top 5. I still think they'll creep in above Chelsea, but him missing is definitely going to be hard for Liverpool, I think. Especially with Arne Slot as the manager. Get your comments in below. Let me know what you think, everybody. I'm Adam. Make sure you do subscribe to Adam FC if you're loving this type of content. Make sure that you also hit the like button as well. Cheers for watching, everybody. I'll see you all later.